Welcome to The Explainer. So, have you ever felt like your brain just absolutely refuses to sit still? Like, one minute you're innocently checking your phone, and the next you're 3 hours deep into endlessly scrolling through short videos. And then, suddenly, out of nowhere, you're craving something. Maybe it's junk food, maybe it's someone's attention, or just random stimulation. Anything to fill that lingering, restless feeling inside you. And honestly, the worst part? When you actively try to stop and just be present, you literally can't. It's this deeply relatable, incredibly frustrating cycle that so many of us find ourselves trapped in every single day.
If that sounds incredibly familiar to you, well, you're definitely not alone. It's so easy to just beat yourself up, right? To think, I just lack discipline, or I have zero willpower. But here is the massive plot twist we almost always miss. For most of us, this is not a willpower issue at all, not even a little bit. It's literally just your brain tirelessly chasing a specific chemical. You aren't failing at self-control. You're actually just experiencing a hardwired biological response to the world around you.
Section 1. Dopamine's real job. Okay, let's dive into this and figure out what is actually happening inside our restless minds. To actually fix this restlessness, we really need to understand the main culprit here. Dopamine. Now, you've probably heard dopamine called the feel-good chemical, right? But that massive misconception is actually holding us back from understanding our own behavior. It's really not just about pleasure. Dopamine's real job, it's all about anticipation. It is motivation. It's that intense, gripping feeling of wanting something before you even get it. It's literally the drive that makes you instinctively reach for your phone before the screen even lights up.
And here is exactly why this matters so much right now. In our modern world, high stimulation is literally everywhere. From the second we wake up, our environments are perfectly designed to spike our dopamine. And because of this, our brains can become dangerously dependent on it without us even noticing. Think about it. It happens the exact same way some people don't realize they have a hidden sugar problem until it becomes full-blown diabetes. The stakes are absolutely crucial for our mental well-being because this dependence subtly, almost invisibly, robs us of our ability to just enjoy a normal everyday life.
Section 2. 5 signs of overstimulation. So how do you actually know if your brain is currently stuck in this state of dependence? Well, we can break this down into 5 distinct signs of overstimulation. Identifying these behaviors is the absolutely crucial first step to taking your focus back. We're going to look at struggling with slow tasks, having a constant urge to check your phone, experiencing a shifted baseline for happiness, feeling restless in silence, and getting trapped in the just one more loop. Let's look at exactly how each of these shows up in your daily life. First up, you struggle to stay present with anything that feels, well, slow. Think about simple everyday things like reading a book, studying, or even just watching a normal-paced explainer. If it's not rapid fire, it starts to feel unusually hard. Your mind drifts, you get restless, and boom, you check your phone without even making a conscious decision to do it. Why? Because research on our brain's reward systems shows that repeated exposure to fast, high-reward content literally lowers your tolerance for slower, less stimulating tasks. Your brain essentially builds up a tolerance, needing way more stimulation just to feel normal. Second, you feel this constant urge to check something, your messages, your likes, your email, even when you know full well there's absolutely nothing new there. That little nagging itch, that is pure dopamine at work, and this brilliantly illustrates the concept of unpredictable rewards. Studies on reinforcement learning show that rewards, which might or might not be there, are the single most powerful trainers for the human brain. It is the exact same psychological mechanism used in casino slot machines, except now we're all just carrying a slot machine around in our pockets. Third, we see a totally shifted baseline. Things that used to genuinely make you happy just don't hit the same way anymore. You might notice that hobbies you once really loved feel kind of dull, or having a simple conversation feels way less engaging. Even achieving a big goal doesn't feel as deeply satisfying as it should. And it's not that you've lost interest in life. It's that your brain is constantly flooded with massive dopamine spikes from your screens. Compared to a high-speed video feed, a normal everyday experience just feels completely underwhelming. It sends you off to chase bigger, faster hits without you even realizing you're doing it. Sign number 4 is one that, honestly, many of us try to ignore. Feeling restless when doing absolutely nothing. When you just sit in silence, it feels deeply uncomfortable. Stillness just feels wrong. You probably reach for your phone the second things get quiet, or you immediately turn on music in the background just to avoid that empty feeling. But you need to know this. That discomfort, it isn't boredom. Actually, scratch that. It's withdrawal. Your brain is so accustomed to a baseline of constant input that the absolute absence of it feels alarming. And finally, the fifth sign, telling yourself just one more. One more video, one more scroll, one more quick check of your inbox. But somehow, as we all know, it is literally never just one. This is where dopamine loops become fiercely self-reinforcing. Each small hit of content keeps the cycle spinning. And you want to know the saddest part of the research? You're not even enjoying it anymore. You're barely even registering what you're looking at. Your brain is just desperately trying to maintain a baseline level of stimulation.
Section 3. Recalibrating your mind.
So the crucial point is, if you recognize yourself in any of those signs, just take a deep breath, okay? The goal isn't to eliminate dopamine entirely. That is biologically impossible and honestly very unhealthy. Instead, it's about resetting your relationship with it and giving your overwhelmed brain the calm, quiet space it desperately needs to recalibrate. So how do we hit reset? Well, it starts with taking small, intentional breaks from constant stimulation. You actually have to let yourself feel bored for a little while. Just sit with that discomfort. Slowly reintroduce meaningful activities that don't give you an instant hit, like reading a physical book or sitting in a quiet green space. Go for a walk in the park, especially when it's warm and sunny out, and just exist without a screen shoved in front of your face.
If you do this consistently, over time, your brain absolutely can and will adjust. It's like a muscle. It will relearn how to find deep satisfaction in those quieter, slower moments again. If you've been feeling overwhelmed, distracted, or stuck, just remember it's really just your brain trying to adapt to an incredibly unnatural, hyper-stimulating modern world. Now, a quick important caveat here. If you suffer from ADHD or a medical condition where having that extra dopamine truly helps you function and feel alive, you should absolutely do what is best for your health and follow medical advice, for sure. But for most of us, those quiet park walks are exactly the medicine we need to reconnect with life.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer today. But before you go, I want to leave you with a direct challenge to take back your baseline. What is one thing you can do right this very moment to get off that phone, step away from the screen, and pause your dopamine? Can you take a 5-minute walk outside in the sun? Can you just stare out the window and let your mind wander?